About 7 years ago, we just switched exclusively to tobacco. And frankly, no one seems to care what we do with a tobacco plant. It's sort of expendable. And it does seem ironic that a plant that has been demonized as being bad for us, we're sort of turning the tables and saying, hey, maybe we can find ways to make use of this very interesting biological system. So really, a couple things happened that had further influence on what we did. I mean, probably the biggest was 9/11, the terrorist attack in New York and the Pentagon. Suddenly, the whole country was recognizing that terrorism was a threat to us. And at this period of time, I was serving on the President's Council of Advisors for President George W. Bush, along with another 17 or 18 people. And it was immediately apparent that one of the things that the President's Council should look at was, are we prepared in the case of a bioterrorism attack? What if these crazy people started using germ warfare against us? Did we have the proper vaccines and therapeutics? And it was about this time, in 2002, in conjunction with a small company called MAP, we wrote a proposal. It got funded by the US Army. They gave us about $3.5 million, and it was to test this concept that we could move quickly and at lower cost to manufacture new biothreat reduction tools, vaccines and monoclonal antibodies, and we could do this in plants. And we had a 3-year funding. At the end of the 3 years, we showed that yes, we can produce new vaccines this way, and perhaps most timely, we showed that we could produce monoclonal antibodies that would be a good therapeutic if the terrorists would ever use Ebola as a biothreat. Well, this sort of percolated on then. That was in 2005, we wrote a report, and never anticipating that in 2014 there was going to be a major Ebola outbreak in West Africa. We have worked with 2 companies in San Diego and in Kentucky, and we're manufacturing antibodies that we knew would bind to the Ebola virus in the human body. Turned out, I never anticipated we would get this into human testing for another 3-4 years. And suddenly, the urgency of the situation in West Africa was upon us, and 2 of the vials of the antibodies that we had produced in tobacco plants were used in Africa on 2 American missionaries, and they showed remarkable recovery. So it was astonishing how effective this new therapeutic was. And this is snowballing now. It's now in human clinical trials again in West Africa, and it's captured all sorts of attention.